Hi, I'm Matt Hatton from technology industry analyst firm Transformer Insights. We're here at the Things Conference in Amsterdam talking about IoT and all things LoRaWAN. I'm joined by Anna from Libelium. Anna, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Can you share for the viewers a little bit about Libelium and what you do?
Okay, Libelium is a hardware company. We started designing and manufacturing a complete and horizontal and interoperable IoT hardware platform, and we have been moving year after year, offering more services in IoT projects.
Okay, so gradually moving from a hardware manufacturer to more of a hardware and services player. That's an interesting, can we call it a pivot, or is it an enhancement on what you do?
Okay, at the beginning, when we started just 14 years ago, we were just focused on designing the kind of hardware that could be required in an IoT project. Mm-hmm. But we have identified all the lacks of knowledge that along these years people have when it's the moment of implementing an IoT project.
Yeah.
That's why we have decided to be more protagonists of this film somehow, and using all the expertise that we have acquired along these years just to help our customers to implement these projects.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the point. You know how this stuff's done, right? And so turning that into a services business is an obvious move.
Yeah, we think it's necessary because we have detected that the lack of knowledge in our customers, and that's maybe one of the causes that this market is not moving as fast as we thought it had happened.
Yeah.
So that's why we have decided to do that.
Yeah. I think it's a very positive move. I think there's obviously a lack of knowledge in the space, but it seems to be quite a significant move by Libelium when the announcement was made late last year that you were going into more of a services space.
Yes, for us it's a very strategic point from the company perspective, and we're in the middle of the change of 180 degrees in our company.
Very, very good. Now you're speaking at the conference later on today, I think. Tell me a little bit about what you're going to be talking about.
Okay, we are going to talk about an IoT survey report that we deployed last year, because you will probably have heard a lot of times that in 2020 we're going to have more than 50 billion of connected devices.
That number comes up a lot, yeah.
So we were wondering what's happening, why that's not happening. And even last weeks I read an article talking about we are just in 9 billion right now, so there's a miss of 41 billion devices, connected devices, in this forecasting. So we decided to use all the ecosystem of Libelium and all the followers of Libelium all around all along these years, just to ask them how do you feel, how do they feel that what's happening in the market. And last year we launched this survey, getting a very good participation with more than 600 of people from 250 different companies in 42 different countries.
And these are companies that are deploying IoT or thinking about deploying IoT?
Yes, that's right. That's why we give credibility to the results of the survey. And I'm going to talk a little about some highlights of this report that everybody can discharge in our website, because I think it's very significant to learn about what is happening in the IoT market.
And some of the key findings, not to spoil things for your presentation, but...
No, of course. Well, all of them seems to be significant for me, but I would highlight that maybe we don't have solution architects in the market well trained enough just to configure a complete IoT project. And we need this kind of training and expertise in people, because what we need is to make successful the proof of concepts. I think that many proof of concepts are dying, the projects, and if we get people good training of just to make this kind of proof of concepts successful, we will get to move the business forward to that number of 50 billion connected devices.
Yeah, I kind of have a rule of thumb, which is that about 80% of IoT projects are proof of concept, and about 80% of them never turn into anything that's actually commercially deployed, which is terrifying if you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
And you think that it's a people problem then? Not enough solution architects, not enough people understanding how you actually deploy this stuff in real life?
I think that there are so many actors in an IoT project that it's difficult to have a deep knowledge of every one single part of the value chain. So I think it's difficult to configure that, and if you are only in one single part, maybe you are missing a very important part. So when people knows exactly what are the problems in every part of the value chain, they will be able to define from the beginning the right key points in the project just to ensure that the proof of concept is successful.
Okay, and that's where you come in, presumably?
Yes, in fact, that's what we are trying to do, because we have been protagonists along these 14 years, facing probably the main challenges, because we have been quite pioneers in this of the IoT projects.
Yep.
And all the learned lessons in the past we can apply as consultants just to ensure that our customers have the right information of how implementing our technology, of course.
So you've learned the lessons the hard way so that the clients don't have to. We should talk hardware as well. You've got a piece of hardware here. What's happening in the hardware space for Libelium?
Well, this is just an example, our smart parking sensor node, of what Libelium is doing. We have been quite agnostic along the years, and we try to make technology very interoperable just to make things easier to our customers. And what we see is that, well, of course, at the beginning, everybody wanted as many sensors as better, because they didn't want even what they wanted.
Yeah, okay.
And along the years, we have learned that it's very important to offer technology with a high accuracy that is giving the right value that the customer needs. And that's why we have been developing high-performance sensors from that moment. We have different levels of quality sensors just to offer to the market what they can need at every moment or for every project.
Excellent. Anna, thank you for providing with us with a bit of an update on Libelium. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you very much.